Okay, so on the left, I've got practice part number 3. We're going to talk about how to do this one. This one, the big complication here is you got to put all these holes in, and this is the excuse me, the circular pattern tool is what we're going to use to do this. So I'm going to go back to my Onshape here, and I'm going to hit the little plus sign. I'm going to say Create Part Studio. And I'm going to right click here and say rename. And I'm going to call this practice part 3. There we go. Okay, so here we are, and I'm going to start with a sketch, put it on the front plane, and do front here, push the letter P just to get rid of those confusing planes. Again, I look, what is this shape, the outside shape of this thing? Well, it's a rectangle, or it's a square, which is, I guess, by definition, it's not really a rectangle. But I'm going to go with the rectangle tool. I'm going to go down the origin. I'm going to pull this out, and this is 3 inches tall, or wide, by 3 inches tall. And I'll hit front, and I'll back out just a little bit right there. Okay, now I've got to put in a couple things. And the first thing that I want to do is I want to put in a construction line going from the top to the bottom and from left to right. And the easiest way to do that is to start the line tool, bring my cursor in until I get to the middle of the line, and you can see my little orange box appears. I'm going to click and pull that down here until this line should meet up with the other one. There it is. Okay, good. And then I'm going to right click on that and turn that into construction. Now I'll restart my line command. I'll do the same thing on the side here. There's my little box, and there's my other little box, and that one came in drawn as a construction line automatically. Okay, now right here in the middle, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in this hole, this diameter hole right here, and this is the same size as these guys are down here, so it's a 0.25. So I'm going to start my circle command. I'm going to come right to that intersection. I'm going to click. It's a diameter of 0.25. So I've got that one in here. Now the next thing is I'm going to draw another hole, and I'm just going to put this one out here. All right, I'm just going to put it out in space, but I am going to put it on this construction line right here. So I put that right on there, click, and that is a 0.25 diameter hole. Now, you can see it's blue, which means it needs to be fully constrained. And the easy way to do that is by using our dimension tool. And I'm going to click the center of that first circle to the center of this one. I'm going to select down here. Now I need to know how far that is, and I can see that this construction line circle has a diameter of 2 inches, which means the radius from the center of here to here is going to be 1 inch. 2 inches, remember, is the distance from edge to edge of a circle. The radius is going to be from here to here. So I'm working with radius over here. So I got to take 2 and divide that in half, and I'll get 1, and I'll hit enter. And there it is. My circle has turned black. All right, now pattern. Okay, search tools. I'm going to use this again, and I'm going to type in circular, CIR, and you can see it pops up with circular pattern already. Now, I'm going to just leave this on here for a second and see what it tells me to do. So select the tool, select the entities to pattern, specify how many, and then drag the manipulator to determine the size of the arc for an open pattern. Drag the center point of the pattern to determine the diameter of the pattern circle. All right, so I've got the tool going. I'm going to click what I want to have pattern. Now I have to find it because on here someplace is going to be the number of times. Here it is. It's right here. See, it says 3x. And this is where I need to know from this node over here on the left that this is through 10 and they are equally spaced. So I'm going to click on that and I'll change this number to 10 and I'll hit enter. And this is coming from a center point right down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that center point and I'm going to bring it up to the center of that circle that I put on there first. And I'm going to click, and then I'm going to double click with my mouse, and that puts that circular pattern on my drawing. Now I got to draw this circular construction line. So I'll start my circle command. First thing I got to do is pick the center of that middle circle. I'm going to pull this out until I get to the center of that circle that's at like 3 o'clock, and I'm going to click there. And then I'm going to right click and whoops. I guess I'll push escape a couple times. Now I'll right click and turn this into a construction line. Actually, let me check on something here. Hold on. Okay, I was just thinking of something else. Wasn't any sort of a problem. All right. Now, what I can do here, of course, is I can take a look at this isometrically. And then I'm going to go to my extrude tool. Actually, I got to close out of the sketch first, don't I? Then I'm going to, oh, shucks, just hung up on that sketch thing. All right, extrude. I'm going to click this area right here. And we're going to make this 0.5. I think the thickness is supposed to be 0.25 on this one. But anyways, so you click, and there is your completed part.